When you're finally standing on your own 2 feet, and you find your life that you never could have seen. When you're paralyzed and feel like it's the end, the cracks make a way for you to begin again. There are things we cannot change, but there is beauty wrapped up in the pain.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Khalesia. If this is the first video you are watching of me, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So today is episode 4 of Hand Events About Life. I haven't posted a Hand Events About Life episode in about 2 months. Honestly, I only record them when I want to, but in this case, I'm recording it because I need a video for this week. And this is a topic that I would like to talk about. So I want to change, before I get into the topic, I do want to say that I am going to start doing some editing on these videos. It is still going to be a lot less formal. I'm currently on break at work, so it's not like I'm setting up my room. I'm using the tripod. I literally have my arm leaning on a chair. So again, still nothing formal, but I will do some editing just to make it easier for me in the long run. So let's go ahead and get on to the video. In today's episode, we are going to talk about something that's been bothering me for a while, but that just happened to me in real life. And it's the comment or when someone says, "You don't look disabled. You don't look like you need a service dog. You seem to have it all together. Why do you need him?" Like, the "why do you need him" is a little less annoying than the "you don't look disabled," because my response is, what does disabled look like? And like, that's what I want to say to people, but I usually don't. It usually just, like, in the moment, I'm already like not wanting to be in the middle of Walmart. Like, I don't like going shopping. Like, these aren't pleasant experiences for me. And so to have someone like come up to me and be like, "You don't look like you need a service dog. You don't look disabled." Like, I wanted to say, "Okay, sir, what does disabled look like to you?" But in reality, I usually will either just ignore them and keep walking and they'll get mad. That's happened once. Or I will tell them, "Unfortunately, you're wrong. I am disabled and it's none of your business," or something along those lines. But no matter what I say, it always just makes me feel like kind of crappy, because like, if I didn't need him, I wouldn't have him. I have a disability that makes having him necessary for my independence and my well-being. And to have someone question that, it hurts. It leaves like a sour taste in your mouth kind of feeling. It's just not a good experience. And I had one at Walmart a few weeks ago. I was having a really bad week. So it was already not in a good headspace. And then this guy, it started in the checkout line. He was like really close to me, and I had a larger gap between me and the person in front just because I needed space. I was feeling very claustrophobic, which is an irrational fear in the middle of Walmart, but it was a feeling I was having. And it was also exacerbated by the fact that this guy didn't like that I had a gap. And so he was purposefully like 2 inches from the back of my back. And I said, "Sir, I need you to please give me some space. I really don't like it that you're that close to me." And he said, "Yeah, whatever," like really rude. And he gave me like a little bit more space. But then when we went to, because we were in a checkout line, but for self-checkout. So I was in front of him. So I went to the self-checkout and he ended up coming right next to me. I don't think there were any other open and he was right behind me. So what? That's not the point. But then he started talking to Ripley as I was checking out, and I was trying to get Ripley to sit. And he was getting really distracted because like it was the end of the day. He hadn't had a lot of exercise, so he was a little scatterbrained, and he's a dog. He's still in training. It's understandable. And I just politely said, "Please don't talk to him. He's working and that's distracting." And I told him. And that's when he got annoyed with me even more. And he was like, "Well, then don't bring your pet into Walmart. And I was like, sir, he's clearly labeled as a service dog and I need him. And that's when he said, what do you need him for? You don't look disabled. And he used that exact words. He said, what do you need him for? You don't look disabled. And my response in this situation was, sir, not all disabilities are visible. And then he made the stupidest comment ever. He was like, yeah, sure, you're just a snowflake. Have you guys ever heard of the snowflake generation comments where like snowflakes melt or break easily kind of concept, I think is what he was referencing. I don't know much about it. I've just heard of the term. The first time I heard of the term snowflake generation was actually from Service Angel Percy's channel on YouTube. I really love her. That's the dog named Percy and Claire. I've been watching them for over 2 years prior to even getting my own service dog. So I really love them. And she mentioned the snowflake generation. I think that's what he was referencing. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't really stick around to find out. And when he said that, I was just like, I just said, whatever, man. I'm really not interested in getting in it with you. Like, this is not the time. Please just stop distracting my service dog and mind your own business. And he had a daughter with him, who was in the car, like in the seat, and she was distracting him too, and he didn't stop her. But my dog, Ripley, wasn't like super distracted by her as much as Ripley was distracted by the man. But then the man goes and says, I will make it my business when you bring your pet with a fake vest in here, and claim that you have a disability. And okay, so for the fake vest part, so he had just puked on his like more, I would say, official looking vest by Cozy Horse. He had just puked on it and on his service dog patch and all the nice patches that were in the wash at the time. So he had an Amazon purchase vest with a single patch on it that said service dog in training. And it happened to be the patch, the side that he looked at was the one that didn't have the patch on it at first. And he commented and he said, like, your service dog doesn't even have patches on it. And I said, not that I need to explain myself to you, but he puked on his vest and he does have a patch on it. So like I said, please stop it before I have to get someone to handle this. But as I was saying, before I have to get someone to handle this, I got cut off by a Walmart employee who stepped in, who actually I've been talking to, and he's really sweet. So it was nice to like have that happen. And like, I didn't have to deal with him anymore, but it was just like, people don't know. You just don't know other people. Why do you make these assumptions of me? Yeah, I might look like I have my shit together, but my dogs will behave. He's vested. He's not barking. He's not acting like a fake service dog. He clearly was alerting me and he was jumping up on me, which at one point, a part of this conversation, he was like, yeah, your dog's jumping on you. I was like, yeah, that's a task. He can sense that you're raising my anxiety and he's trying to help calm me down because you're triggering me. And he got really upset when I used the word trigger. He was like, oh, sorry, I triggered you. And honestly, I just wanted to say, stop being such a fucking jackass, but I didn't. I was just done with it. And I got my stuff. I finally finished checking out at that point and I walked out and that was it. But it was just so frustrating. It's like, just because I don't look like I have an issue doesn't mean I don't. So just be considerate, be kind. Just, people don't have to be so mean. I don't know. Honestly, that was really it for this video. I just wanted to get one up for you guys this week. And it was a topic that bothered me and a story I wanted to mention, but it wasn't a big enough story to do a whole story time video on. So yep, that's it for this episode of Hannah Vents About Life. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.